My name's Angelo, and welcome to We Want Picks. This is the only channel dedicated to UFC picks and DraftKings lineups run by professional fighters and MMA insiders. Every week, I join Nick Newell, professional fighter, professional model, and ESPN Top 10 guest, along with Dan Kramer, UFC fighter, Bellator fighter, Ultimate Fighter alumni, and Jacob Lyons, a skinny kid from Indiana. And we break down every single fight, the betting odds, the DraftKings picks, and we set you up for success. This week, we're breaking down UFC 258, Usman versus Burns. So next up at the UFC 258, Usman versus Burns fight card, we have, I butcher these names every single Polyana Viana versus Mallory Martin. This is perceived to be sort of a one-sided mismatch. I personally think, Mallory Martin is the better fighter. I think she's got better wrestling. She likes to move forward. I think she's all around the better fighter. But I definitely don't agree with these DraftKings dollar amounts. Nick, what are your thoughts here? Do you think I think the odds are right. The DraftKings is wrong. What are your thoughts here? Who do you think wins? How do you think it goes? I swear to God, it is like trying to do this with my grandparents. You're on mute.
I'm basically the lawyer that couldn't turn off the cat screen.
Yeah. I'm not a cat. Not a cat.
I am not a cat. Okay. This fight is a tough one because I would say that Martin should be the favorite just based on MMA math. One fought Hannah Cyphers and lost. The other one fought her and won. Now, that doesn't always work that way. Polyana Viana looked great her last fight against Emily Whitmere and has a great submission game. Mallory Martin has been submitted. Polyana has been submitted. Basically, for this fight, I would favor Martin at these odds. I think that Viana is a good pick based on the dollar amount because she probably has a better chance of not getting finished, especially in women fights. They tend to go to the distance a little bit more, and the smaller the weight class, the longer the fight goes on. So I ended up putting her in my lineup on the chance that she could win by submission. And, if she loses, it's probably going to go to a decision. She'll score some points, and it's a good addition to my lineup. So, yes, I picked Polyana Viana.
So you picked her to win.
She also beat Amanda Hebus. She knocked out Amanda Hebus.
Yeah. Well, yeah, and that's a big win. Hebus. That is a big win. So do you think she wins and at that value she's good for DraftKings, or do you think she might not win but the value is solid?
Yeah, I wouldn't bet my house on it, right? I wouldn't even if you put down $10, I'd be like, but on this for the value in DraftKings and the other fights that I kind of configured in my lineup is between this and then I have Heinisch and Miller, and I'm kind of deciding I want to give away my other things, but I'll see where it all ends up on fight night, and I might keep her, I might drop her. She's just someone that I'm kind of throwing in there.
Gotcha. Yeah, and I agree. This is a tough one to pick. This is much closer than the DraftKings. I don't know who at DraftKings assigns dollar values, but this is much closer than the dollar values they've assigned. And keep in mind, we've talked about this in the past. The dollar amount. So somebody said Mallory Martin is worth $8,600 and Polyana Viana is worth $7,600. Those dollar amounts mean that's who they think will win, not necessarily how many points they will score in the actual fight or in the contest. I personally think regardless of who wins this fight, they're going to score some solid points in DraftKings. I think Mallory Martin wins this fight. I think she's just a little better all around. I think her wrestling is the biggest difference. I think she uses it better. I think she mixes it up a little better. And I think she has decent top control. So I think Mallory Martin wins this fight in real life. I will not touch her for DraftKings. Now, $8,600 is a ton of money in DraftKings. And I'm not going to put that on a fight against a $7,600 opponent where, we're all sort of on the fence here. So Jacob, you I saw you nod a little bit there. What are your thoughts here on first who wins and then your thoughts on DraftKings?
Yeah, so I don't want to I'm still deciding on my lock of the week, but it could be Polyana. And I'll give you 3 reasons why. Nick alluded to it. When I first started researching her, she beat Amanda Ribas the same way Amanda Ribas just lost. I mean, just absolutely KO'd her. So if you beat Amanda Ribas, you have dethroned my queen, and you are now my queen. Polyana is now my queen, and she is going to win this fight. And I'll give you 2 more reasons why. Another reason why is she called out Mallory Martin after her last fight. She wanted this fight. She was looking forward to this fight. She wants this fight. She will win this fight. The third reason she's going to win this fight is she was robbed at gunpoint a couple years ago, hit the dude with a right hook, dropped him to his knees, kicked him, and then got behind him with the rear naked choke and just held him there until the cops came. At gunpoint. This lady is fearless. So I haven't looked at any Mallory Martin tape because I knew once you beat Ribas, you become my queen. You're in my lineup. Lock of the week. I'll say it right now. Polyana is my girl.
All right. Well, while Amanda Ribas works on that restraining order, I'll go to Dan.
Amanda who?
I'll go to Dan.
Polyana now.
Wow, I'm not gonna lie. I had a whole thing prepared, and I was gonna say Polyana Viana is live in this, and I'm not touching it from a DraftKings standpoint. But man, Jacob, you sold. I'll tell you
pretty hard. I'll tell you another reason, which actually is an actual reason for DraftKings, is when she wins with finishes. She has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think 6 first round finishes. And when she loses, it's decisions. So if you're looking for a live underdog at $7,600, if she wins, she's probably going to get the finish, and she loses, she's probably going to score a ton of points. Go ahead, Dan.
Thank you. Yielding your time to me. Thank you. No, I think Viana is very live in this. I'm probably not going to put her in my DraftKings at this point, just because I have some other picks that I want to go with instead. But I definitely will probably put a live bet on her inside the distance or something like that. I got to figure out what the actual odds are, because I think, she's definitely a live dog in this at plus 135. And to Jacob's point, she gets finishes. So not going to touch her for DraftKings just because I have other preferences, but I would not be surprised if she won this fight.
Before you go, check out the description below. In there, we have links to our Facebook, our Twitter, our Instagram, and more importantly, to our DraftKings League. Check out the league, join the league, participate in the contests, and as we get going and as you start winning, we're going to start handing out gift cards and participating and doing things like that. So check those out. Every week, there are drops on every fight card. So make sure you check out this channel and our social media on Saturday before the fights start so that you have our most updated lineups and picks.